Okay, so what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you each item as I would use it throughout the process of creating and designing one of my own hats. So if you see anything that I've shown you, please don't be shy and click the link below, because I will have each item labeled down below, and it doesn't cost you anything to click the link. It's just an affiliate link for me and our small business, because as you know, here on YouTube we don't make any money. We are basically creating free content for the world. So if you click on the link, it just means that Amazon might at some point give us a tiny little bit of something. So it doesn't cost you anything, but if you are looking for these items, you can find them down below. First up is a steamer. So this is just a handheld steamer. It's not expensive. I think it's £25, super cheap, but it does come in very handy to be able to reshape your hat again, or if you want to even indent a shape somewhere or curl the brim or something like that, make it a little more cowboy style, I don't know. But number one, definitely use a steamer. I absolutely love my steamer. Borrowed it from my mom and never gave it back. Number two, super simple, an iron. See, just an iron. I use this one, or I used to use this one for kind of crafty things. I worked a lot with textiles and stuff before I started doing hats. But this comes in very handy for just ironing the brim of your hat to make it more flat and straight. Very handy, not expensive at all, and most people have them in their house already. Okay, third on the list is something that I absolutely use all the time, and that is fabric pencils. And I've thrown in a regular pencil as well. So the fabric pencils are great because usually, as long as you've not done it really heavy, then you can wipe it off with soapy warm water, so that's always handy. But sometimes I actually just use like a B pencil. This one's a B6. So it goes on quite easy and wipes off quite well, and you can get thinner lines, which is very handy. So this is number 3. Okay, so this one is probably the most important, and it is heatproof gloves. These are cheap ones. I actually got them with my first burning tool in the packet, so I don't know where you can get these exact gloves, but if I can find something similar, I'll link it below. If not, I'll find you cheapish ones to use, because these can't be expensive. They're just gloves with kind of heat bits on the other side, and they work really well as long as you've not got your hand on the metal bit, because then you're just going to burn your hand. So number 4, heat gloves. And number 5, which I'm sure is what you've all been waiting for, is the tool. I don't use super fancy expensive tools. I actually last week broke my tool. Well, I didn't break it. It kind of fell to bits. I think the plastic just couldn't handle the heating up and cooling down all the time. So I got a new one, which actually came in the pack of 2, and it was like £25. So it's handy having 2, because then if one breaks, I've got another one, or I can go between the 2 of them so they're not, you know, working too hard with just one of them. But this is obviously my number 1 tool because I use it all the time. So number 5, I'm saying number 1 tool and then let's say number 5, and that just seems really weird. But number 5 is my heat tool, and you can find the link for this one, which is a double pack, down below. Okay, so that's it for this week. It's not a very long video, I know, but if you have any questions, please feel free to add them down below and I will answer any that I can. But that's about it for this week. So if you fancy subscribing, please do so. But as always, I'm not going to force you. So yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out, and I'll see you next week.